Hello, this is FG back with you for Anbennar. Today we are continuing on with the Roilsard campaign. Picking up right where we left off, which was converting to Infernal Court and forming Roilsard. Alrighty, we are going to go with Canturian because we have his temple, which is very nice. Wesdam broke their alliance. Yep, that was going to happen. We might try and get an alliance with them, although when he dies, in all likelihood it is going to Istralor, so that will be good. Alright, yep, do that. Our greatest sin. Okay. With the reunification of the country complete, the Sil-Saloran have come forth with a promising proposition of a fixed capital in Saloran for the entire country, rather than each house having their own seats of power. While clearly benefiting themselves, Saloran offers promise due to both its fortifications and its distance from the roads that divided us. No matter if we take them up on the offer or not, building the necessary infrastructure to build up Saloran as either our primary or secondary seat of power would be a good idea and would surely greatly please the House of Saloran. Honestly, I wish I could keep it in Tornair. I might even move it back. A debate has arisen in Roilsard about the location of the capital of our duchy, with two clear sides of the conflict having arisen. The Sil-Saloran and their supporters argue the strategic location of Saloran and its already strong fortifications make it a prime location for the position of... make its location a prime position for the capital. The Roilsard, however, argue that Roilsard County is the historic location of the capital, and if we are truly to be a successor of Roilsard, we should stick with tradition. Actually, yeah, we will go with this, even though that would be better because we get the 10% dev cost. With our rise in power, it was only a matter of time until we seized upon what makes the wine lord truly powerful. Let us put our own stamp on the wineries within our domain, creating a truly Salorani flavor and a central market to distribute it. This will both enrich our cultural influence and wealth, as well as fund the construction of a most impressive capital. Alright. Expanding the city. While historically being seen as outside the power struggles in Roilsard, being not owned by any of the four houses, Tornair ended up alongside many other wine merchants revolting during the Lilac Wars. With this rebellion now stamped out of our city, we must see to both building up the city as our central trading hub in the Bay of Wines, but also to reassure the merchants that their interests are part of the interest of the United Roilsard, so as to never fracture again. A powerful navy controls the oceans around Lensinor and protects our interests abroad. While we cannot hope to match the navies of the larger nations, we can expand the merchant marine of the state, increasing our own profits and creating a bulwark against hostile elements seeking to ravage our independent merchants. Alright. Swords into plowshares, which will be... hopefully not take too long. Adventurers need how much loyalty? 65? Yes. Alright, we can do that. Generous quest rewards will bring us up to 60. Hurrah! Alrighty. Popular religion. And we'll do that. Leave them to their business for now. Alrighty. We will also continue to get a bunch more events about Tornair and building it up. some point I will want to get rid of that. We won't actually be able to do that mission. That is very unfortunate. Artifact of enthrallment. Do not want immortality. I can wait to take this. Yeah, we want that. We do want this too, as soon as we can get that. Yeah, we do want Carnitaria. However you say it. The place would do the druids. Alright. In terms of income... Yes. Okay, we cannot explore anymore. Sale of titles. Unfortunately, that does make the nobility more powerful, but it is what it is. 91. Alright. Now, I would ideally like to wait a little bit. I don't really want to piss the merchants guilds off too much. All of our estates are way too powerful because of all of the things we had to give out. So for Wex... additionally, I do want to... Opulence... Party favors... Alright, that is done with. Trenton... Andar. Okay. Visiting a cottage. Alright, we will take that and take that. Damn it. Explore that. Loyalty. Oh, that's so nice of them. Love you, Gawed. I want to make sure I keep relations with them high. Where is this? Vivenmar. Increase production. Okay, we have maximum manpower now. And we need church development. Alright. While we are now whole, we still live in fear of a possible Lorentish invasion to once more fracture us. But as we have proved and shall continue to prove, the people of Roilsard are strong, and our army relies not on the elite knights, but on the strong populace. We should hand out pikes to every man in Roilsard so they may be ready for the inevitable charge of the Lorentish knights. Alright. And I can take that off. And I can throw that down. Want to explore. Let's see. We get colonial. Long time. Do I really need... I think I'd rather have that extra money. And we don't want to do this mission because 10% fort maintenance cost is really good. And yeah. Cultural loyalty needs to be higher. Can't settle those adventurers. It's clergy influence. Yeah, I just want to be able to reduce my influence. This one is probably the one I'm most likely to do. Colonel Toll Canturian. Pray to Canturian. Oh shit. Noble birth. Yeah, okay, so... yeah, that might... I don't think that'll trigger a coup, but... Smith Song. Let's take a look at this. I think last time I did the crown... We're gonna have to do the crown again, because as the Roilsardies, we don't really do absolutism. And given that we do worship devils, let's do a royal crown. Unless, does one of these help with trade? Nope. The lesser historian says it's all for a good cause, of course. Let's do the familiars. Could get more troops, but like I said, I want to keep income under control for at least a little bit. Go ahead and have my nation more fully built up. Also, like, reduce governing cost here. Good for them. Improve relations here. All. Alright. We'll really need to crack down on these. Okay, that gives 10% influence. That has to go. You aren't my... Okay. Minorities gather in Tornair. Encourage this Tornair shall rival Anbennar cost. Spellbook, enchantment, enchanting embassies. Tornair triumphant. Today's Tornair has become more wealthy and prosperous than even the legendary city of Anbennar. The Rose and the Virane have expanded in a somewhat controlled way, long since coiling over the northern hills and their vineyards, which now seem as much part of the city as the manors and theaters of Tornair's richest district. The Thorn Docks now buffer both sides of the city, so many ships visiting to feed its warehouses and burgeoning industry that it is often hard for visitors to see where the sea ends and where the city begins. The most striking transformation has happened in the Brumdaire district, however. What was once considered a slum has completely transformed as many powerful merchants and guilds rise from its streets. They have financed magnificent galleries, places both to sell their wares and compete with the elites of the north in prestige. The Brumdaire is a place of constant change of movement, a patchwork of narrow streets and dense apartments. In all this growth, only one constant. The Red Flower Street becomes more and more an iconic symbol of Tornair, instead of the infamous place it was known as. Tornair has also expanded underground. Cisterns, catacombs, caves, and underground production areas have already joined the laboratories of the wineries, both legal and illegal. A network of tunnels and hidden passages connect them, forming a labyrinthine undercity where life is as common as the surface. Alright. Well, we can pop that, so we can turn on war taxes for the rest of this age. We can do attract adventurers. With the end of the Green Tide Niskan, so has come the time for many of the brave men and women fighting in the war to return as well. While Roilsard is full of these brave people, our primary contingent in the war comes from the Sylvivan-run Company of the Thorn. Yeah. With them now returning home, we should see to it to invest properly in housing and servicing these experienced veterans so as to have an army able to defend our reunited Roilsard from any invaders. They come back one by one. A trickle that threatens a flood. The people that Roilsard once cast away from here, coming back to Lensinor in search of opportunity, taking advantage of a lapsed exile, a softening situation, an ancestral betrayal forgotten. So far, their efforts to reintegrate into society have met with varying degrees of success. The most successful, however, the strongest and most vicious in the refugees' number have formed mercenary companies, selling their blood for treasure and acceptance. If we dare, we can gather these soldiers of fortunes into a company loosely tied to our interests. They are rough, ill-disciplined, and most have a chip on their shoulders, but as the saying goes, even a rose has its thorns. Perhaps that should be the name of the company. Alright, we can take Children of the Thorn. What do they look like? Check. Children of the Thorn. Yeah, they're pretty good. Small, but I think that's relative to nation size. So, Ibivar, we can send a insult to them. Favors, trade favors for trust. What else do we have? We can send them a gift. We might take out the loan. Alright, so that will help us for a while, but we're going to need to get the trust up is the problem. While no one can doubt their military expertise, we have quickly found an issue with our idea of an army of adventurers. They are too few to account for most on account of most remaining to continue the fight in Ascan. While we can still maintain a core of skilled veterans to boost morale within our troops, a proper army needs size, a size we need to find among the properly trained commoners and peasants. No feudal levy loyal to one of the four houses, but loyal to Roilsard, to their home. Okay, an army organizer. Alright, we are now trading in wine, which is lovely. At some point we will need to fight them again. Yeah. Dealing with the nobility is going to be very fun. Alright, I'm going to very quickly pause the recording, and I will be back in a moment. Alright, I am back. Alright, Catarata, oh, Baruch is still around as a vassal. 3 more ducats. Excellent. Oh yeah, I have some vision over here. Oh. Yeah, we do shift our ability. For once, that's actually going to be useful. We have been chosen. Hurrah! Let us annex our... No, let's not do that, actually. We need to get up to tax 7, and then we can start annexing them, because we are horrifically behind. Yeah, I don't need that right now. Destroy Arboron Vern. Which of these do I care about the least? One. I'll keep Vern around. Yeah, we cannot afford to be going down too far. We might actually have a coup. Given how low that is. To the north looms Lorent, looming over us, ready to strike at any time, and we cannot stand alone. We need to find allies, and powerful ones at that, if we hope to remain independent, so that we might yet rebuff the Lorentish. While we shall repeat our commitment to a strong imperial seat, we should also strive to play the game of houses amongst the other leading nobles of the realm. Let us create a magnificent diplomatic district in Lupus to house and entertain our imperial guests, and more importantly, curry favor with their powerful masters solely for the betterment of Roilsard, of course. Yes. Reaffirm imperial ties. Now is the opportune hour. Lorent weakened, Roilsard independent, but we need to seek our true allies and lords to support the functioning of the Roilsardi state. We've had the good fortune of living under the suzerainty of the Dove Throne and have exhausted ourselves in their service. Now let us demand a return on that investment. We should ask for reaffirmation of our ties to the Empire. Lord Mayor Robin Sil Roilsard of Roilsard stand and receive this imperial decree. We, the imperial throne, blessed by the will of Castellos as his regent on Halan, and in harmony with the wishes of the princes of the Empire of Anbennar assembled, do hereby issue the following decree. The Roilsardi, legal and able subjects of the Empire, are the rightful suzerains of the Western Dameshead. They are the manifestation of our authority, claim, and command to the frontiers of the Empire, and shall be forevermore. Thus we have decreed. Every diplo point is nice. Things we can do with... We can do that, and... I want to get Roilsard up to about 30 development as well. Okay. Oh, goodness. That makes life much, much easier. Yeah, they should be starting to delete men. But what we can do here is improve relations, obviously. And now we can say, hey, we've been friends for a while. "60 trust, this modifier will be permanent." Is that Roilsard the nation or Roilsard the state? Guess we'll find out. New lands. What do we produce here? Wine. Yes, we want that. Yes. Alright. Trenton. Alright, that's a good province. Yes, the marshals of the Empire take control. Wonderful. I don't want to take that yet. No, we cannot do that. Cardesti minorities. No. Yeah, I'll take that though. We will encourage workers' slavery, sorry. Because of course we will. We can take him. Okay, that's fine. But perfidiousness. Gnomish public lectures. Where's this? Yeah, we do want every diplo point we can get. What's monthly autonomy? That's just for 5 years. It's fine, we're probably not going to be developing this province anymore. Yes. Alright. Now, Istralor. How do you like 150 ducats? That's not quite enough. Don't really have a good province to develop anymore. So we need 23. Alright. This needs to be... Alright. As a member of the Empire, we should petition the Empire to invest in our lands and defenses as a border frontier of the Empire to both enrich the Imperial lands and strengthen them against would-be conquerors against Anbennar's many enemies. We are, after all, the first point of defense against a Lorentish invasion of the West Dame's Head. Alright, so is that... Yes, that is a nationwide bonus, which is excellent. Alright, we will need to get money for a safe and secure society. Okay, so at 504, they'll lose 10%. Which means they will go down to 88. Is there something I can do that will give them... a lot of... Okay, so that would take them up to 70-something. Alright. What's the most land? The merchant guilds. Of course they do. What do the merchant guilds want now? That is super easy. And with that, I'll be able to revoke free enterprise, which should bring them more under control for a score of victories. Boundary disputes. Press the issue. Alright, I also want to improve with allies. Raven. That's what I was waiting for. I think it's a bad event, but it's not a bad event. Birth of Colonialism. Where did it spawn? I'm gonna guess Westport or Vanale. Everthill. Huh. Cool. I take this. Yeah, I'm not probably not gonna develop that. And here... Is there anything... Influence... Yeah. Alright, we getting rid of free enterprise. Cause sweet mother of God. They are way too powerful. Alright, and we can take that, so we can get adventurer bands, because we do have a very adventurer-y armory. I'm gonna get that too. Additionally, we do want to actually... What's this? 68. Okay, yeah. We will be able to revoke Caretaker. South of Iswal. Manufacturing Roilsard. Yeah, I can do that. Oversight by the clergy. We will keep these two because they're beneficial. Eventually we will be able to actually conquer, so we can do one of our later missions. But we do want to go ahead and take this, because that's extra bunch of range. So we do want to come here. No, we're going to colonize that directly. We're not going to expel any minorities. And we can get some more ships, though. Get more Bay of Wines trade. While we cannot guarantee the crushing defeats of the past could harry our future, we can guarantee the defense of home territories, restoring the abandoned keeps and castles of old ages to project their power back into the surrounding field. This has the beneficial side effect of making the peasants feel safer from marauding bandits as well as foreign armies. Here we want army organizer. Quartermaster. Master recruiter. No. Stellus is dead. A new sovereign rises. Kazariel shall reign. Excellent. I mean, we are a Roilsard, so we do have to be a little bit evil. I mean, just look at fucking Lucian. Most evil man. Asar C. Right, administering an empire. These guys can protect trade in the Bay of Wines as well. And now we can begin annexing you. Yay, colonial charter. Sure. Yeah, we don't even need to put one of those things up. An edict, sorry. Press the issue. Fortunate heirs. How's Wex doing? Yes, good. Alright. Is there anything I can do to make my nobility happier? Province. Sure. I like gnomes. Alright. Our nation is built upon people. Upon a grander scale, a nation reflects its desires of those that live there. We saw what happens when the nation loses the loyalty of those it rules. With the rebellion of the wine lords, and we must make an active effort to ensure the continued loyalty of our own people. Alright, army organizer. Yes. Alright, I am going to pause the recording again and come back when I am done talking on the phone. Alright. So what are we looking at in terms of... Okay, well... They didn't get annexed by Lorent, I guess. Alrighty. The vineyards of Roilsard are impressive, but they are a shadow of what they once were, ravaged by the Lilac Wars. We shall rebuild them even more grand than what they were. They shall be the crown jewel in our rebuilt nation, a treasure we shall not lose again. Jacques' reform. Jacques Sylvivin was a competent Roilsardy commander during the Lilac Wars. While he served our war effort early on in the war, he was later fired by the ruling Sil Roilsard under vague accusation of treachery that we now in hindsight can see was due to him being part of the rival Sylvivin family. Competent and experienced, had he not been fired, he may very much have led us to victory during the disastrous Battle of Red Fort. Nonetheless, while the years have gone by, he still lives, looking spry for his age, and has even developed upon his old ideas to fit the ever-changing battlefield. Now we shall not commit the same mistake that was done during the Lilac Wars, and instead we shall use his knowledge to make our army one that any Lorentish knight fears. Alright. And then we can do... Is there any chance of me doing this? Probably not, no. I need to get rid of this too. Shit. So many things. Long has the Roilsardy been disunited, even during the Lilac Wars, where we were nominally united under Rion the Seventh Sil Roilsard. The nobles of the realm bickered and backstabbed, and the end result, we all suffered. The time has come to put petty house politics behind us and move forward as a single entity. For what is good for one Roilsardy is good for us all. There was a time when gathering the four families of Roilsard together would have been a bloodbath. That will not happen today. Unified under the Thorn Crown, they have agreed to unite for their common goals, electing a ruler from their ranks. Alright, so now we make absolute shit tons of wine. And we can also Royal Mary there. Still a Republic, though. Which is fun. And this guy goes up for election relatively soon. I only do freaking elections. Alright, what next to do? You know what? We can actually curry favors here. And work on dealing with that. Additionally, we can do 5%. Probably not worth it. Alright, let's do Sylvivans. Edmund Sylvivan. Long ago, the Duchy of Roilsard was once considered part of the Kingdom of Trenton. However, the ancient kingdom is now gone, and its pauper remnants are under the wine lords of Rubenair. As we, the Roilardi people, are resurgent, we must destroy the last vestiges of Truinic fools once and for all, making it clear that Roilsardi bows to no king. Alright, and these get added as... Ooh, he's also expansionist. That is absolutely fantastic. Alright, the Sylvivan are well known for their adventurous spirit and brave conquest in the Aldresian Crusade, fighting to end the White Pestilence. Recently, word of a new frontier has arisen. Rumors are spreading that an elf from Lorent has begun an expedition towards Aelantir, and unlike previous expeditions, it returned successfully. Madeline Sylvivan is one such person who believes the rumors. Forced to leave her home in Corvaria by the encroaching folly, she seeks to make the journey across the seas to investigate the truth of these rumors. Due to her Corvarian heritage, many have begun calling her the Thorned Raven. Right. With this, we can explore. Let's see. We're actually gonna go with Hedine for a little bit. New Commandant. Okay, we want to wait for this one to be done as well. What we do in the shadows? Fucking vampires. Yeah, we can wait for that. And then we can do the Thorned Raven's Flight. After her departure, many were skeptical that Madeleine would return, fearing she'd meet a similar fate to those who sought out Aelantir in the past. Skeptical of the rumors coming from Lorent of a rediscovered Aelantir, Madeleine, however, did return, bringing with her news of her expedition, confirming the existence of Aelantir and opening many opportunities for explorations to the east. Anbennar Temple. Okay, we can try and work on that. Really, we shouldn't be able to. We don't need that. Ooh, it would be very nice if someone wanted to convert over. We might actually be able to get a Center of Reformation, which would be very interesting. Oh, they took on our debt. Thanks, bud. Alright, we can do that too. Test spies. Okay, so now we can do this, and... that's the more annoying one. This one at least gives me something. Yeah, we can try and befriend Iran. Relations here. Alright, it's just 80 ducats to embrace it now. Sure, we can share it with you. Probably should have done that with Israel instead. Traveling... Skill 2 artist for half off. No, did I take the... I think I took the tip points instead. Another competitor in Aelantir. Okay, yeah. Private trade fleets, patronage of the arts. Yeah, all these are good. I'll actually take the mercantilism for once. New land claimed. Yes. Tornair prospers. The city of Tornair has continued to prosper and grow. The Thorn Docks have long since surpassed any other naval district in the Bay of Wines. The Viorane, the city center, is a marvel of Lentkorian Demirian Renaissance-style buildings with elven touches, while the rose roofs of the Riolaire Rose extend to the vineyards at the edge of the city. South of the river, Brumadaire sprawls, a patchwork of every architectural style of the last 2 centuries. Tornair has now become one of the most developed cities in Canor. We can take advantage of that momentum and see the city rise ever higher. Yep. Plus Ultra. Let's do something strong and sturdy. Also, I want to, before we do anything else, study transmutation, summon familiar. Recall that. Okay. During the Lilac Wars, many a noble vineyard was destroyed, and many of our people were forced into poverty. Restoring the vineyards is a necessity if we are to recover from the devastation of the Lilac Wars and rebuild Roilsard. Alright. Fort Jurith. Where's my explorer over here? I need to send somewhere else. Oh, let me go here, Enchanting Embassy. And what are we looking like? Send a gift of 21. Scale 3 diplomat for 6 buckets. Yep, I'll take that. I'll take a half-off commandant as well. Now let's have them explore north, most Ocean Sea. Revoke that embargo. Alright, that can come off. Theoretically, if I was to declare war, I could call in Gawed. If I could knock out Port is divided, time to strike. I can knock Wex out. Alright. Improve the capital. It's unfortunate. Yeah, I'll take that. Then think I might need to set up a colony over there. Where are you? Okay, so it'll need to be over here. Excellent. Yeah, we don't actually want to concentrate, as deranged as that might be. We need to keep them happy. Calamity Pass, good. Where's our second missionary coming from? Nobles of the Wand. Oh, artifacts. Yep, Everthill, and do Pearl's Edge once again. And we can also get 3 more. That's more than... Oh, it actually is the right number, never mind. Can't count right now. And now, on that, governing capacity-wise, we are still under, which is good. Oh, as report has spawned in. Be much of a surprise, but is still unfortunate. I think when Coronite spawns, we should get hopefully an opportunity to spawn what's it called? Still Celerin. Okay. Next thing I want to actually do, though, go ahead and attack Lorent. 100,000, and then we can get Wex out of the war. Lower Wine Bay area. Right, golden arrow for culture, skill 2 artist. 50% off. Take that. Shit. Bad trade. Yeah, we'll take that. And now we are going to go for espionage. We do want that. Do a royal marriage with a Wex. You need a cog. Explore. Alright, send a colonist right there. Yep, We want the money from Gowed. Alrighty. You guys can also protect trade in the Bay of Wines. I do want the discipline, because the discipline is very important. Go with still Roilsard. Upper Wine Bay. Okay, we can build a... I've developed the Diplo, but it's a force of habit. Here we want to spy network, Usavar, hey, you're actually gonna make me fight. Do not appreciate actually being made to fight things. Explore. All right. Very good quality troops, though. They do not want alliance. Lowers Wines Bay. Lower Bloodwine. Yeah. We take that. More slaves. Alright, it's fine. That one. Yep, do that. Agenda of the diet. Improve relations here. Okay, neither of those are... Yeah, we don't care about those provinces too much. Had to do this first. Explore Ruined Sea Coast. Alright, so... just fighting Duran and Wesdam, we can actually do quite well for ourselves, taking their colonies. Here's the Coronite Proclamation. Alright. Let's first do this, because I always forget to. And we want you to not do that, I guess. I would love to spawn a center of reformation. We climb the pass. Right, and then we pass coast. We'll do that. Okay, just gonna come off. That's fine. Alright, we've converted everything. Just for the future, though. Can't do that. Can do that. Here we are. Obviously, we want preferably all of those. Magical thesis. Hurrah! Alright, spellbook. Transmutation. This would make us fabulously wealthy. We do a mass charm. Get 2 more. Right. Hey, buddy. Break your alliance with Lorent. Alright, time to... Oh, what kind of insult? Just says a regular insult. I'll do that. Following the reformation of Roilsard, there seems to have been some uncertainty as to where we stand relative to Lorent, and they have sent many diplomats to our realm seeking to re-establish our vassalage. This will not do. Roilsard is not Lorentish, and we should make that clear to them. Alright. In Rubenair, there is a university where many of the Lorentish nobility study, learning the twisted truths of the Lorentish and destroying our identity. Our nobility studying at such a university cannot be allowed. We should build our own in Tornair and allow the people of the Roilsard to attend, where they will learn the glory of Roilsard's past and the bright future that lies ahead. We also want to go ahead and build that whenever we can, but for right now, we are simply going to declare for... What is that? Ordoin. Mr. Lore will not join because... Why do they have mill access? Alright, what about now? And then what if I called in Everthil? Well, I don't need to do that. Alright, I can call in Vern as well. Okay. Do you want to make sure that I tell them I want all these provinces, though? Because we will be taking at least some of them. Alright. It's very much a Vern thing to go do, is deal with the provinces, though. We're a little bit too refined to actually send our armies down that way. Really don't want to go in there. I'm gonna have to... Oh, stack wipe. Barbarians. Fucking assholes. Alright, we'll send one here then. Okay. A rough battle, but we're fine. We won, everything's good. Yes. And this time, one of the best things is we... Alright, so we can deal with everyone individually. BPEC, we knock out. Here, and force religion, and force them to annul that alliance with Lorent. Yeah, alright. Let us build a fort here then. Hit siege. Vampire Hunter successful. Alright, we do want the aggressive expansion. Lorentine was siege, probably magic, if I had to guess. Alright, yeah, there just was too many of them. Yeah, Arboron's gonna peace out. Anbennar Temple. Go sit right here. And... praise Kazriel. Does not get a name change, though, I don't think. Bring candle. Alright, Fulverin, and then on gun knights. We have decent cavalry. No, we're an infantry nation. Although, being, what's it called? Lincoria, there's only kind of so much you can be an infantry nation. Okay, here we are. Okay, yeah. Here is... Does this ruler have an army? They do, it's just small. Need to start working through knocking the allies out of the war. The wedge should probably siege that down. Oh, there goes Mr. Raiders. If Vern can deal with them, that'd be good. Where is the fleet? Alright, so this should hopefully be enough to get them out of the war. No point in breaking the alliance. Historical allies. So Lex is back in command. That it kind of does suck. Bavaria does not want out. Neither do they. Maury Silva Roilsard shall continue. More weird population. Take that. They have a mage ruler. They do. Actually, the war reps aren't as important. Yeah, I prefer upfront cash. I want to gouge out the part of Lorent right now. If I do this, that will pretty much kill Lorent's most core province. And as for... I have to go siege down Eberthil after this. Trial. I want the points. Tragic. Alright. Lorent. I am going to leave my allies to fight them. Just gonna have to believe in them. Everthiel. No, you're not getting out of this. Bastard. No, you're stealing your overseas possessions. I gotta teach you a little lesson about, you know, joining the wrong crowd. By the wrong crowd, I mean my enemies. Best part is, because I have that enormous war score cost reduction. Here, bombard that. And Everthiel will hand over what I want them to. Alright. Time to seize Everthiel's colonial possessions. Excellent. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Man, that should be enough. I don't care about that. And now we can take Hail Rush. Also, I'm going to go ahead and build another 5 cogs. And from Lorent, want that. That won't actually make anyone particularly upset. Nooks. Oh, that's good. Spare no expense. Alright, this time we are definitely going to do that. Alright, yeah. Alrighty. Tech trade in the Bay of Wines. Levy. Good relations. And I do not need to be pouring all of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we'll go ahead and throw another one down there just to be sure. Okay, here, do that. Now we need Stumerian, Roilsard, Tafori. Okay, we don't need that right now. Send an insult. Vicious. Grombar. Who do you hate, Grombar, that I know about? Bjarnrik. Call diplomat. Okay, let's get those two out. I can go back to protecting trade in the Bay of Wines. Where is my adventurer? Explore. Yeah, that. Oh, shit. Alright, so let us take... How many ships are going to be getting out? 6. Alright. Match transports. Transports are going to head this way. And where is those guys? Fortunately, my explorer died. Can't afford it. Okay, they are going to... Where... Our fuel. Worker slaves. Yep. Explore. I'm just gonna be exploring what's ever at the top at this point. Canturian, Craven. Hey, actual progress. That'll be that one. Grombar. Me, improve relations again. Okay, we can probably stop currying favors there. And we can... Where is... that? We should have continued doing this. I prefer butter. Spellbook. Conjuration, summon familiar. Enchantment. Enchanting Embassy 2. Two, 3, 4, 5. Let's explore Wasahad Coast. Then we want to send a gift. How much do we need? 23. Alright. It's very expensive. Absolutely worth it. So that gives influence from nothing. Now I'm gonna try and fight that. See if it works. Do we do not have enough men? Alright. Probably should have expected that. Let's go with 6 infantry, and then 2 cavalry. Over to Vivenmar. Or there. These guys can get them. Attached transports. Where are they? Alright, let me fire that one. Are they going to Naruwen? Naruwen. Alright, head right this way. Alright. How close am I to having these Tefori provinces scored up? Yeah, we should have more than enough. Eventually we will fight Duran and seize their provinces, but that is a bit of ways away. Quarantine, let them die. Yep, take the extra Diplo. Alright, let's go talk to the Merchant Guild real quickly, because we need to pay off loans. Fleet maintenance, fort maintenance. I'm actually going to send them down here. Graham's Landing. Oh, come on. we'll send one here when we get one. Just go ahead and move them in. Fucking God. Alright, a base of operations. Withdraw from public life. The Roilardi spirit is an adventurous one, and after the return of the expedition, many brave pioneers sought to settle this new land in the name of Roilsard. All we need to do is finance them. Alright, beyond Lorent's reach. Lorent holds a monopoly on wine exports within Linsenor, and they charge huge tariffs on our merchants, costing them dearly. For this reason, the Silna have approached the Silvivan, hoping to use their overseas expansions and goods traded there to supplement lost profits. Alright. Anyways, we need to improve with relations. Still Roilsards. Yeah. Let me build a spy network here. Favored by the Archdevil. Okay, Cantarian's buffs are not that great. I'm going to need to remember that. The nobility. They want a something. Okay, yep, that's good. All. And I will go ahead and we want to colonize this one. Right. No longer have a claim on Jewel Point. That is totally fine with me. Alright, we have an unassigned merchant. Now you can transfer from here. Yeah, it's a crown colony. Alright, good. Where did it wanted something right here? Here, and get a claim on yeah, we have to take the lower bloodline. Yeah, that makes more sense to grab. Okay. Now I also definitely need to make sure to improve with outrage. And let me come back here and throw an alliance down. And where is it? Send gift for 10. The Roilsard. It's an extra election, 5 years. Okay, never mind. Would you like to transfer trade power? Yeah, they'd like to. No, Necklace, Beepec, Dame's Crown. Could pay off the Wed's debt. Yep, need tech. Don't touch it. That's fine, that's fine. Okay, we can take these 2 provinces, and that'll be good. Need a smith. Turn to the spring. A royal crown. Okay. So to get Gawed in. Okay, yeah, let's trade favors for trust. Let's trade 60 favors for some trust. Lorent's the 4th. Carneater. Good. Taking that. Alright, what is combat width right now? 27. Okay, so we want 6. 22. For 2 more. And they want to explore the Broken Sea coast when they can. And the bodyguard. No, we like the Republican tradition. And I like the points more. Okay, so. Now I can declare for Carneater. First of all, let's take them off. Agenda of the diet. No, that's not happening. Fire a treasurer. Okay. Oh, there goes my manpower. You guys are gonna have to deal with that yourself. Oh boy. Sure. Okay, I don't care about that all that much. Crimson Deluge. Get fucked. Celebration of the usurper's death. Alright. Oh, there it is. No. Yeah. Well, there goes my plans for a war. And yeah, that one's fine. Alright, we're just gonna go put these guys into dry dock. Well, maybe we'll flip the elves over. We no longer want to include subjects. All right. Let's enforce religious unity here. Okay, take tech. Alright, we're all caught up again. Huzzah. Been very stagnant for like the past 20 years though. Yeah, we do need to do Imperial Carnivore though. can I do this with so few men? Okay, you know what? We can keep going until the is out of their war. It take too long. Now we can go and enforce unity. Alright. Hasty volunteers. Rather have the prestige. Off. Okay. Gullet can join in later if they want. Need to recover manpower for just a little bit. Explore cost versus other religions. Okay. Hey, Istralor. You should prepare for war. Istralor. Then I am going to... We have... I already have claims in the Lower Bloodline. Let's do it on the Wesdam instead. That's more of a we'll see how much we can get away with type thing. Okay, Carniter. Okay, we can do that. Now we just need the Sona Loop. Here we will improve relations for a little bit. Province war score cost is very good, even just for like convincing nations to get out of the war. Yeah. Oh yeah, these... Following the Lilac War, Minar Temple was left in a precarious position. Set on all sides by would-be conquerors, they were forced to turn to Wydenport, our old rivals, for protection. Now that we pushed the merchants out of our territory and proven them incapable of protecting Minar, perhaps it would be best if we were to offer Minar our protection instead, in exchange for their recognition and the liberation of the remaining Minari in eastern Wine Bay. That might be a vassalization. Ooh, shit. Alright, what the hell happened to everyone else? Okay, we're gonna have to go fight fucking both Busalar and Everthil. Assholes. Where are my friends? Ooh, yeah, Dame's Crown. Dame's Crown wants out. Okay, I can take that off. Lear, Dame's Crown. Yeah, I guess I can core those up too. Page turns. It's all for a good cause, of course. Materials to the smithy. Strong and sturdy. Who is over here, actually? It was Dam... Mostly just was Dam and Ulier. We're gonna get our capital sieged. Although they will pay heavily for it. Shit. Yeah, Woodbell's vassal. Really like to give Arboron back that province, though. Please siege that down. Oh, Rajeria's in this war. How did... Oh, they got peed by West Ham. Crazy. Alright, I'm gonna take that. Alright, how long are we at? 2 hours. Nelson, fuck me. Anyone want to come help me out? They are all attacking me. Please go ahead. Anyone. Where are your armies? Well, we finally got a good general. Yeah, we're gonna have to drop recruitment. I don't think we need this for anything. Blockade. No. Fuck me, man. Not even ask that much. $500 to core. Oh, that's because that. Alright. Yeah. Dusty, the economy. Alright. Now we can do that. Alright, and they do become our vassal. Able to divert trade. Oh, fuck you. Alright. Alright, let's see what we can get with Mass Charm. Sorry, this is, nah, I've probably been recording for too long. But I gotta finish up this war at least. Right, Abjuration, Combat Ward. Those. Alright, now. Abjuration, Combat Ward. Do I want these provinces? Bastards. Alright, so for BPEC, obviously they should get out. Lossian obviously needs to get out as well. Okay, Netcliff does not want out. Testoran does. Oh, enchantment. 15% aggressive, not, what's it called? Okay, so do that, and we can start pouring stuff up. And we also want to drop all of our forts. That war was ruinous. Alright, and then we can not do that. Reaching across the bay. Alrighty. Now we can get them to divert trade, and we want to improve with everyone we just made very upset. Primarily UXs, Beamish. Actually, let's stop doing that. No. Also, I would like to move my capital back to Tornair. Where are the rebels? There. Moving my capital back to Tornair. Should have done that a while ago, but better late than never. Okay, so what do I do next? Imperial Carnitaria. Carnitaria is considered part of the Empire, but it lies outside the influence of the Emperor. As the new defenders of the Imperial borders with Lorent, it would be wise for us to restore this duchy to the Empire, strengthening our position in the Empire and weakening Lorentish influence in the region. Alright, so all of that is Carnitory. Okay, good. We have some loans paid off. What happened to them? Alright, these guys. It's from correct area. Okay, and I can turn this off. We do want Wesdam to be our rival. And we do want to see some more land. Alright, that is going to make the Empire very upset. Explore. Coast. The Upper Wine Bay area. Alright. We have seized Carneater from the hands of Elson, and yet the duchy lies open, unprotected against any possible Lorentish invasion. Further, the Emperor expects us to fortify our lands after the aid they sent, and the Sil Roilsard seek to make good on that deal. Alright. After the initial conquest of Lorent, an opportunity has arisen. If we were to take the Duchy of Lower Bloodwine, we would be able to connect our lands in the Wines Bay and Roilsard proper, and cut off Lorent from the bay entirely. Alright, I will wait, I guess, until the next election. Okay. Thorn Formation. Oh, there goes that. The more we sell... Alright. And I will actually... That... Pearl's Edge join back in. Reroad. Nope. It's off. Area. True Faith Provinces sounds great. Alright. And we can just improve with our allies for the moment. Anatomical Theater. Okay. are not in any more immediate danger. Yeah, we'll do that. You have to go get a new hook field. Ugh. Alright. Then we want to improve relations here. Elections. Sell Roilsard. Those who betrayed us. Roilsard was once a vassal of Lorent. However, during the Second Lilac War, they proved themselves unfit rulers, asking for levies and taxes that our people were unable to sustain, so we were forced to secede and join the Empire. Unfortunately, the Demirians were defeated, and with them, our then ruler, Rion VII, Sil Roilsard, who fought bravely until the end. Following this, Lorent did the unthinkable, shattering the Duchy of Roilsard and giving our lands as a prize to their ally Rubenair. Whilst they may have shattered our realm, they did not shatter our spirit, and Roilsard fought on. Today we have shown the grave error of their ways, and they will be made to pay dearly for their crimes. Lorentaine, the Red City, lies in ashes, the entire city set ablaze. Whether this was a careless mistake or a deliberate act of justice is not clear. We do not care. The Lorentish brought this wrath upon themselves. Even now, they begun to send us letters, the last of the objects of value, back to the Roilsard, where they will be displayed prominently as a warning to others. Alright, so we can go update that one. Thorns above roses. We have fought for many years against the Lensori hegemony and the petty wine lords, and today our efforts have come to bear. Lensinor has fallen before. Long gone are the days of the Lorentish domination and prancing nobles. The Lorentish rose falls, and the Rosalardi thorn rises above it. Alright, so right now... Okay, that's a pretty good trade. Kind of just want to chill out and be friends for the moment. Okay, we now have Lorentish claims. What specifically do we have on them? So we have Anbennar, Rubenair, Rylor. It's Rylor. Ah. Didn't realize they were over here. Explain something. I was to go to war with Lorent. What does our trust with them look like? Okay, we can get that up higher. And we can do this. I should go to bed, but... quite invested in this campaign. Are we converting? I could add more provinces to the Empire, but what do I get out of having imperial provinces? Alright, let's look. Fort defense, reinforced cost, tolerance of true faith, tolerance of heretics, provinces, construction, development. There is all of their 52 members, 3 cities. Okay. Kind of like Kylie and I think we're gonna have a Coronite Empire. Doesn't make a huge amount of difference to me though, so. Alright. That's good, and then I just need to control one of those provinces. Immoral prices. Should make them pay less. Do I have the ability to... No, I do not. Right, moreover. Okay. Okay, that's way too long to get done. Let's go for Rubenair, and we will simply call in the whole gang. This will also have added effect of knocking some people out of the coalition. Yeah, I should probably do something. Advancement, spellbook. Let's actually go and advancements, upgrade that. I'm gonna build a fort here in Lorent. I declared for Rubenair. Alright, troops with BPEC. If I can upgrade my ships, I'd be more comfortable fighting. Comes to Everthill. You can just not touch the colonies. save up money for that, because it is quite important. Oh, I need to Royal Marry them. Who is willing to get out? Not them. Okay. Oh yeah, I didn't have my heavies in there. Here. Vertesk. Probably should have given provinces to Gwed, because they probably want, yeah, some of these. Well, it is a sign of nobility. After we do this, we need to revoke some more privileges. Actually, no, I'm gonna make a thing. Just use this colony. Have that. Usalar, who I am not at war with. Have fun with that, you fuckers. Oh, they are Infernal Court, though. They are not willing to get out. Enjoining artificery practices. There's a single light of invention, and the mages have thrown a curtain out. That someone is equal among men. Or something? What? Snarlin. Nail. Oh, these guys. Huh. Oh. Alright, Ruby Hold. Maybe this will change your mind. Okay, so what do I want? These two provinces. Whatever the cheapest Sornacosti province is. Probably that one. And then Kaikade. I am go. I don't want to do that. I don't want to deal with a rebellion right now. My poor nation has had enough. If I do this, I can later come back and grab all of those provinces. How many? Okay, I only have one slot open. I think I annex them 3 years. Although if I do that, I can then take the strong duchies. So I think I will do that. And then I can release red glades, which is quite a lot. Yeah. Okay, so that's 50 aggressive expansion. That's 51. Yeah. Yeah. And then we'll pay off the last of our loans from Ruby Hold. Literally everything they have. And then transfer their trade power as well. I want it all. Hedine, infertile. Good. And then... yeah, I'll be going after those provinces of Wesdam next. It's a little bit too much. Although... this... suddenly no one cares quite as much. Damn. They really got stack wiped. Oh well. That would not affect anything. Aggressive expansion wise at least. And we can do get rid of that. What's the nobility want? Manufacturing and saddle blade. Okay. Duran, you're pathetic. There's nothing of you left. Do that though. Make those super cheap to upgrade. One, two, three. Uh, 500 admin. I'm gonna head down to Storm Cost. I'm less interested in that side of the mission tree, but still part of the mission tree. How much? Okay, we're actually not over anymore. You know, that's still Derom. This is correct. Alrighty. And now what we need is Children of the Thorn. Okay, that's not gonna work. How many men is it? 16,000. Yeah, that works. And then we want to bring these guys this way, and we want 10. Right, now we can pour this stuff up. Wait, not that one, and not that one. Last thing we are going to do is Zorn cost. Damn it. And red blades. Still release Zorn cost, even though it costs me. Yeah, it's still probably worth it. We can get rid of that fort. Those two stay. That, and vacate them twice. We can now do that. The Wine Lords of Lincenor are a decadent lot, and unlike us, they stand disunited, fighting each other in petty skirmishes and small wars, seeking to gain the upper hand on their fellows. We should show them a new way. United under Roilsard, they will have no need for petty squabbles. Of course, controlling their land has other benefits, such as allowing for greater control over wine production in Lensinor, but that is a most fortunate coincidence. Right. Mage is dead. I can do them. Shipyard. Yeah, that one's gonna just get destroyed. Alrighty. And... nope. Here we go. How many more? Enough to fit these guys on them. Hitting monthly diplomatic power. I'd actually rather have the prestige. And go right there. 16,000. Okay. So we're gonna go unload them over here. Oh, shit. These guys have nothing actually attached to them, because I'm an idiot who left most of the ships behind. These guys can protect trade in the Bay of Wines, because we still don't have quite enough. Okay. Now it is time to come down here and deal with the rebels. Because we need to... Alright, there goes them. Now I need to bring them this way. Yeah. Sullivan. Yes. We do love Papa Canturian. Oh no. Alright, what's happening? Aristocratic coup. Because of course. Alright, yep, I need to be done. Alrighty, I want to thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and have a good day.